Take a few questions. Before I do that, I just wanted to say there's a biblical admonition to give honor where honor's due. A lot of people worked really hard on this, and this was a years-long effort. And Chip and I were discussing earlier today how this began when we first filed the SAVE Act. I remember we were out on the steps in the last Congress. Cleta Mitchell was there, and Ken Cuccinelli, Jenny Beth Martin, the Tea Party Patriots. All of our friends are there, many here with us tonight. They were out on the steps advocating for this. And when we presented it, we presented it as a matter of common sense, and the American people agreed with that. And in recent days, you've had people like Scott Pressler up here who's just been online just hammering this thing over and over and making sure that people are aware of this. And it really took all that effort from the outside to here inside the building to make this happen. And it's, again, delivering on our promises. So a couple questions about this. We'll be happy to do it. Yes, sir.
Question on this. What assurances have you gotten from Thune that's going to come up to the Senate? Have you talked about the talking filibuster? And while I have you, DHS is about to shut down in 2 days. Have you heard any progress on that?
Yeah, so I stay in close contact with Leader Thune, and we met yesterday, actually, and talked about this. I told him that it would be coming over. We were certain to pass it, and we would send it, and hopefully we'd get a few Democrats. We got one, okay? So it's a bipartisan bill. It's going to the Senate, and I think Leader Thune is committed. I mean, I know he is to getting this to the floor, but we want to get it not just to the floor, but to the president's desk. We need to get this signed into law. It's really important for all the reasons stated here. We have a custom between us. He doesn't tell me how to run the House. I don't tell him how to run the Senate. But I trust that he is committed to it, and they're trying to figure that out, figure out the right path. And I think the talking filibuster is part of that discussion, and we'll see how it shakes out. So I would hope that there be some sensible Democrats there that would recognize, as one did here tonight, that this is a good policy and a good thing, and it's right. It shouldn't be a partisan issue. This is anybody who's for free and fair elections, for the integrity of our system, should be on board with this, and hopefully they could get 60 votes over there. We'll see how it happens. With regard to the Homeland Security, there is good faith negotiations ongoing right now. I was at the White House 90 minutes ago with the President talking about that very thing. The White House is sending over a few terms. I don't know if you'd call it a counter offer, but they're in negotiations with Senate Democrats, and we're very hopeful that that can be worked out. They are going to vote on the House Homeland Security Appropriations Bill that we passed here, by the way, with bipartisan votes. They're going to vote on that tomorrow. If they do not have 60 votes to pass it, I think by unanimous consent they could move into a short-term CR. We don't know yet how that's going to shake out, but I did tell the House Republicans, I put everybody on notice, that I would anticipate votes on Friday. I certainly hope that's true, because shutting down the government right now, if the Democrats force a government shutdown, it will be a disaster for the country. Remember what's at stake here. The Department of Homeland Security covers the agencies that keep Americans safe. You're talking about the Coast Guard, you're talking about FEMA, Secret Service, TSA. No one wants flight delays. We don't need another Democrat shutdown. They already gave us the longest one in history last fall, and we've had enough of that. So let's hope cooler heads prevail and we get this done, and we do not have to shut the government down. Yes, ma'am.
Last question.
During the 43-day shutdown, you made the decision to not have the House in for almost the entirety of that. If DHS shuts down, do you plan to keep the recess next week? Do you plan to keep the House out? Do you plan to bring them back? How are you planning to handle it?
Well, I'm not going to forecast what will happen because we don't know. The scenario I just painted for you is the one I expect. No deal yet, but I mean, I do believe that at least the White House is operating in good faith, and I can testify to that because I was just with the group and the President himself. We'll see how the Democrats receive that. This would be different than the full government shutdown for 43 days. And we will do whatever is necessary. Republicans will do whatever is necessary to get the government open. If it looks like we have an opportunity to do that, then I would press for it. If it's a short-term CR, that would cover next week. People have very important events in their districts, serving their constituents, doing that hard work, and that's always of high importance and high priority. So we'll have to make that decision depending on the circumstances as they develop, so stay tuned. Appreciate y'all being here so much. Thank you so much.